Homework 1.1, number 7. This is the homework. Take a picture of it. You're going to pause it, write this down. Then I'm going to move it over and show you what we're going to do with it. So we're going to come over here and hopefully get a little bit better idea. All right, so number 7. What we're going to do is ask the first question, scatter plot, right? We're going to form a scatter plot. Okay? So a scatter plot, okay, looks like so. Right? Whereas I have the price is here, price is in the X, and the attendance is in the Y. Okay? So the attendance is in the Y. Now before we can graph the scatter plot, I have to have some numbers. So what I did is I said, hey, the X's, right? Kiko?
Sorry.
Okay? The X's go from 5 to 10. So how am I going to list this? I kind of don't want 5 right here. If it goes from 5 to 10, I'd like the 5 to be out here. So why don't I start with 4, right? And then go, since it's 5 to 10, I can go up by 1s, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I could throw in an 11 there if I want, just for shoots and giggles, right? Now, the next part is I want to be able to put the Y values up, yeah? And the Y values go from 150 to 270. So I could start here at 150, you know? Because my first value is actually 155. So I can start at 150. Now, am I going to want to go up by 1s? 155, 151, 152. Am I going to go up by 5s? I got to go all the way to 270.
10s.
Right? And so what we decided last period was 25. 25 kind of works. It gives us good 6, 7 sections. So I can go 25, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275. And that looks nice, right? It's all spread out. So 175, 200, 225, 250, 275. And that gets us all the way up, right? Okay? Alright. So now we got to start plotting the points. So I need to plot Kiko 6 and 213. Right, Ashley? So where am I going to plot 6 and 213? Where's that going to go? I need to have these out too, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I want to go 6 in the X direction. Right here. And 213. Which is a little bit above 2. Or actually halfway between 2 and 225. Right? Because 213 is halfway between 200 and 225. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
This pin is out. Ooh. Score again. I'm on fire. This thing I get peg it right in the nose from here.
Good.
Right?
Wow.
Make it look like a clown. That'd be good. Alright. So next. Okay? Alright? So the next one is 5 and 256. Okay? So 5 and 256, about here. That make sense? Okay? And then the next one is 8.5 and 155. So 8.5, that's halfway, right? 155, that's just a little bit up. Done. Keep it simple, right? You're just plotting these points. Okay, so then we go to 8 and 194. Okay, so I go to 8 and go up to 194. It's a little bit less than 200, yeah? So I plot that point. And then I go to 10 and 160. A little bit up. Okay? Then I go to, 8, 194, 10, and 160. And then I've got 5.5, right, Kiko? Yeah. Ashley?
Yes.
And 267. Okay? 5.5 and 267. Somewhere in there. Okay? And then 7 and 258. Okay, so 7 and 258. Right about there. 267. That might be up here a little bit. Okay? And then 7.5 and 210. 7.5 and 210. Somewhere around there. And then 8 and 235. Okay. So I have 8 and 235. So we're around there. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, all I'm going to do is draw a line of correlation. Just a simple line. I just kind of want to split these up. So I want to split them up a little bit, goes somewhere like that. It's just giving me an idea. Is that a positive or is that a negative correlation? Negative. Good. So I have a negative correlation. Okay? So my R value is going to be negative, right? Good. All right. So from there, what do I do? How negative is it? So is it really close to a linear? Is this really close to being linear? Or is it really far from being linear?
Close.
It's kind of close. I mean, it's not like a 9.
Far.
Right? But it's definitely not a 5, right? So I would put it somewhere in the 7 range. Right? 7, 8. So 0.7 ain't bad. Okay? So, you see how I got that? That 0.7? Well, it's not a 5. It's not a 9. Somewhere in between. So let's go halfway in between. That's all. Just keep it simple. If it's closer to a 9 than it is a 5, an 8. Does that make sense? If it's closer to a 5 than it is a, than it is a 9, then it's a 6.
So,
6. Right? So there we go. All right, now that's part A. Right? That was part A.
that was only A?
Yeah. Part B says find the correlation and the coefficient. Well, that was part B, the correlation coefficient, right? But it also says and the equation of a line. Y equals mx plus b. Very good. So I need to go with y equals mx plus b. Right? And remember, you're big boys and girls. So m is equal to delta y over delta x. This is what you're starting to learn for calculus, okay? Delta y meaning the change in y, right? And delta x meaning the change in x. And so for me to do this, I need a really good line. So to do a really good line, right, it might be helpful to make a grid. Okay? Okay? And from that grid, I can figure out maybe a couple of good points that I can spread this out with. I used some really good points last time. I think I used this one and this one. Okay? And when I did that, I came up with this line. Right? I came up with this line that went like this. Okay? Then it was it's a more better line, right?
No, not really.
Now, I wanted to keep things on the top and on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. 4 on the top. It's splitting them pretty good. Yeah. This line gives me two things. It gives me a point here, which is 7 and 225. And it gives me a point here, which is 5 and 275. Okay? So I have 2 points. What it also does is, if I look here and I look here, this gives me my delta x. Right? What's the change from 5 to 7? What's the change from 5 to 7? 2. Right? Nathan? What's the change? What's the change from 225 to 275? Erica?
That's gross.
Dorina? The change from 225 to 275. What? Yes.
I could have said that.
And so, if we want to plug them into the slope, m is equal to 50 over 25. Now, before we plug in 50, we got to think, this is down 50, right? And then right.
25.
So down is minus 50. Does that make sense? And it's not 25, it's 2, sorry. And then, so yeah, so when it come down to it, what's m?
25.
Negative 25.
Negative 25.
I have a question.
Okay?
How did you know where to make those 2 dots? The 2 points?
Oh, that's what I was explaining when you three were talking.
Sorry.
Right?
Down.
So, what I was doing was trying to find, that's why I made the grid, right? I made the grid and I took my first line, see that little light blue line? Just to give me the correlation. And then I said, well, what's a really good line? And so what I did is I looked at a couple of points that would still go through the data and still be the same correlation, still go through the data, but would give me some really nice points. Does that make sense? It's about grabbing good points.
So that's what you're going to always do?
Yes. You want to grab points that you can deal with, if possible. Sometimes it's just not possible. But in this case, it lined up really nicely, right? So I went with it. Now, I know the slope. I know y equals mx plus b. I got to find b. So which one of these points am I going to grab?
The 5.
Yeah, why not? It's the lowest one. I know I got to multiply this, right? I know I'm going to multiply negative 25, right, times x. So what's my x? I'm going to use the lowest x that I have, 5. What's my y? 275. What's my b? Well, I don't know. And what I'm left with is, what's 5 times negative 25? Negative 125, right? Equals 275. And so what I do is I add to 125 to both sides, and I get 400 is equal to b. I know b, I know m, I know y equals mx plus b, and so I know y is equal to x, and I just plug in. My b is plus 400, and my m is minus 25. And that is the equation of a line. Okay? This is what we have to be able to do. This is the difference between an A and a B.
Gross when that is ugly.
Okay? So, please work hard on this. Okay?
This is like a little.
U3, fine.